The biggest MCU story that Phase 4 is gearing up to will need a galactic hero to lead the charge, and we think it will be Richard Rider, aka Nova, who will be the one to shift things in our heroes' favor when the time comes, with another next-generation Nova in the likes of Sam Alexander joining the MCU at a later stage, possibly as a close friend and a team member of Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, in the team called Champions. Word on the street is that an intergalactic superhero that goes by the name of Nova is bound to appear soon and make his debut in the MCU. Over the years and his comic book history, the mantle of the hero has been held by several characters, with the first and most notable iteration of Nova being that of Richard Rider, whose origin story we think has already been laid out, dating back to the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. The character has been first introduced back in 1976's The Man Called Nova Issue 1, a story which showcased Rider's origins, a New York high school student who connects with Roman Day, a member of the Nova Corps, the intergalactic military and police force we saw in the first Guardians movie, who call the planet Xandar their home. Rider gets a hold of the power he possesses to this day when Day seeks him out after a battle with Zor, who transfers his powers to Richard before his death, naming him as the successor Nova Prime, the leader of the Nova Corps. Gifted with the powers to control gravity, superhuman strength and light, he takes on the mantle and the helmet worn by Day as he leaves Earth and sets out for Xandar, officially becoming Nova. With this comic book origin story behind us, we can also set towards our journey and how we think Nova's origin story has already been set in the MCU. But we were not aware of it up until now.
I picked this guy up a while back for petty thefts. He's got a code name.
Come on, man.
We came across a theory which many fans believe that Nova's origin story is already set in the MCU, established in Avengers Infinity War, when it was revealed that Thanos had destroyed the planet Xandar to obtain the Power Stone before coming to Earth. Thus, with the destruction of Xandar being the key element of Rider becoming Nova, and with that happening off-screen, never shown on the big screen, was all planned as it left a lot of room to explore the character shortly. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige also hinted towards an introduction of the character to the MCU at some point down the line, and we think that time has come, and we think Nova's story goes even further than Infinity War, way back to the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, when Day was firstly introduced. Because if you think of it, without the introduction of the Nova Corps, Thanos' decimation of Xandar would have meant nothing. Thus, Marvel did a very good job of establishing Nova's background in some way, putting all the foundations in place for when the time comes, and the time has come. Plus, while the Mad Titan may have destroyed Xandar, it's possible that Day survived the attack, and knowing his time is limited, he seeks out Richard Rider, connecting with him and eventually bestowing his powers to him, with Rider donning the suit and the helmet and finally becoming what he's meant to be in the MCU as well. MCU's Phase 4 is expanding its cosmic side of the universe, with every next movie or TV series learning more and more towards the cosmic side of the story that is yet to be told. And as the expansion of the MCU continues, it would only be fitting to showcase the debut of one of the staple Marvel heroes together with his cosmic stories. Fans have been waiting for so long to see Nova on the big screen, and with so many potential places where he could appear, it's our job to point out some of the possible movies and TV series in which we could be seeing Nova's first appearance as part of the MCU happen, and without further ado, let's dive right in. There's no doubt about it, the third Guardians movie might be the best shot Nova has of making an appearance, as James Gunn has been hesitant for so long to include the character in one of his movies for Marvel Studios, which put together with him saying that the movie will most likely set up another decade of cosmic stories to be told. We think it's a sure thing of Nova having a lot of screen time in his next MCU movie. The emergence of Nova would also give agency to the past version of Gamora the MCU has right now in choosing her path, while also giving Quill a chance to show more maturity about her decision. Just about every cosmic story we're gonna get from Marvel is probably the place where Nova might appear. Thus, it's also worth mentioning the upcoming fourth Thor movie. Thor and Jane's next adventure might lead them directly to Nova. Maybe this could be the role that Taika Waititi was talking about that he intends to give to Ryan Gosling. We'll have to wait and see. The other MCU we could expect Nova to show up in might be the upcoming Secret Invasion series that will release on Disney+, and considering that the Skrulls will be the cosmic race the series will be about, it's not so hard to imagine Nova joining in the ranks as a side character, or Nick Fury's team coming across Nova at some point. Next, we're going to include two least likely options for Nova, and that is the upcoming The Marvels movie and the Miss Marvel Disney Plus series, for which we feel like a strange place for Nova to appear as. Firstly, there will be a lot of other things to take place before the character, with the only option for Nova's appearance being with him reactivating the World Mind, a supercomputer filled with knowledge based on deceased Nova core. But considering the supposedly set in the stone backstory of the character, we highly doubt that this will be the role of Richard Rider in the Captain Marvel sequel. As for the Miss Marvel series, Richard Rider might not be the only version of the character we should be talking about, as it's Sam Alexander, a young Latino who becomes a new version of Nova after finding his dad's old Nova Corps Black Ops helmet. He's also the one to be a close team member of Kamala Khan in the team called Champions. Now we know this is all confusing, but we'll try to talk you through it.
Destructive violence.
You're wrong!
MCU's Phase 4 was announced with over 25 projects, which could all take part in Phase 4 and or beyond that, and we're almost entirely sure that Nova is going to be a big part of it, seeing how he's one of the centerpieces of almost every big cosmic story in the comics, and with the plans laid out for his eventual appearance in the MCU, we think it's only a matter of time before we see him on the big screen or in a cameo of sorts in one of the upcoming Disney Plus TV series. However, one of the more interesting things is the tease from Kevin Feige himself, who hinted towards possibly 2 Nova characters appearing, the one never so closely to appear in the likes of Richard Rider and Sam Alexander, who have also worn the Nova mantle in the comics. There's plenty of room for both characters to be introduced, with the 2 possibly wearing the Nova name at the same time, while we're at that too. With no arrival date set for the 2 Nova characters, it remains to be seen if they will join MCU during Phase 4 or in the later stage. However, our bets are on Rider making his appearance the first, seeing how the fans of the Marvel comics saw him grow from a young man called into action by the Nova Corps to a galactic hero, and Sam being a more popular cosmic property among the current comic readers, who's also, as we said before, a member of the team called Champions, which we think will make an appearance in some shape or form in the little more distant future. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below what are your thoughts on the character, if you've read a story in the comics and you're aware of his history over the years. Where do you think he's most likely to appear in the upcoming MCU projects and why? But also don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching and we'll see you next time.